0, one bread, one body, verses 1 and 3.
Therefore, my dear friends, flee from the worship of idols. I speak as to a sensible people. Judge for yourselves what I say. The cup of blessing that we bless, is it not a sharing of the blood of Christ? The bread that we break, it is not the sharing of the body of Christ? Because there is one bread, we are many, are one body, for we all partake of one bread. The reading is Grandma's Bread by Sandy Bryan. She moved slowly and painfully to the stove and reached for the pan. Directly across the stove was her baking area. She didn't use it very often because arthritis made it too painful for her to cook. But this was a special occasion. Uncle Bill, her oldest son, was coming home for a visit. Grandma would break fresh bread for him. She started making it without looking at the recipe. I wanted to help, to do something to make it easier for her. But experience told me my help would not be appreciated. I was allowed to watch from the corner because I had been away at college and had not seen her for a while. What was so special about Grandma's bread? As she reached for more flour, I could see the pain in her eyes, but she continued working and talking about Uncle Bill and how he had been as a child. A smile came to her face. That was it. We knew Grandma's bread was made uniquely for us and our special occasions. The time it was Uncle Bill's visit. As she worked, Grandma added memories of the particular person being honored. While she talked about Uncle Bill, I felt the love becoming a part of her special gift. As I watched, I was thankful that this kind of love was a part of my life. I was challenged to find my own unique way of sharing the love I feel for others. Maybe I could learn to bake bread.
Yes.
Number 618 in your hymnals, please. Verses 1, 2, and 4. Let us break bread together. Let us break bread together on our knees. Let us break bread together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun. If you would follow along in your bulletin, please. The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Lift up your hearts.
We lift them up to the Lord.
Let us give thanks and praise.
It is right to give thanks and praise.
Gracious and loving God, we come before you with Eucharisto, with thanksgiving from the depths of our hearts for the ways that you have spoken us into your story, the ways that you have welcomed our brokenness and wholeness, our doubt and our faith, the way that you have made us each and every one welcome at your table. We give thanks as we remember how on that night when Jesus shared this Last Supper with his friends, he took the bread and he broke it. And he said, "This is my body for you." And in the same manner, he took the cup and he said, "This is the cup of the new covenant. It is my blood shed for the remission of sins for many. Drink from it, all of you." When we gather at this table, we do so in remembrance and thanksgiving of the one who taught us that the greatest, the most important of all, was love. Amen.
World Communion Sunday is one of my favorite Sundays in the church year. It is a day when millions of Christians all over the globe share communion on the same day. Some churches share communion every Sunday. Some churches have communion on the first Sunday of the month, some on the last Sunday of the month, some only at midnight mass. But on this day, Christians around the world share in world communion. One table extending around the world. For those who are here and those who gather at other tables, it is the same table. Now, some years when we celebrate World Communion Sunday, we have all kinds of different bread. We have Russian rye bread from Russia. And there might be a braided challah bread from Israel, or pita bread from Greece, naan from India, rice cakes from China. Many different kinds of bread. And yet one loaf, one ordinary expression of bread made holy by this invitation. Now, on the outside, our bread, it looks pretty normal, right? It's just a loaf. And that's how we are. Except for that there's something extraordinary that God has done. I'll help.
Rainbow.
Because we serve a God who doesn't look on the outside as man does, but on the heart. And what is on the inside? And what is on the inside are many different colors and promises and covenants and beauty. So whatever color you are of the rainbow, whatever country you hail from on Worldwide Communion Sunday, wherever your ancestors came from, whether you are here today or miles away, this is World Communion Sunday, and there is one table, and we are each invited to it. Now, we have different kinds of bread on our World Communion Sunday platter. We have the rainbow bread, but we also have gluten-free, because not everybody can eat the wheat. And it may be that you have an allergy to food dye, which is clearly present in the rainbow bread. So we also have a simple loaf here, probably baked in harvesters by hands of your friends. For communion today, I invite you to come forward and take the bread that speaks to you today. Take the bread and dip it in the cup. Today, I will not hold the cup. It will sit here on the table to which we are all equally invited. Me no more than you. No one more than you. Each invited. So it may be that you want to choose the cup you dip it in as well. This one here, this is from Tagba, Israel. The mosaic is the mosaic that was found on the floor of the church where the church was built, on the spot where Jesus broke the loaves and they multiplied, the loaves and the fishes, a place where they found that there was enough for everyone. Or maybe you would like to feel the depth of tradition today, to dip your bread in the cup that has been with this congregation for years and decades, and worship service after worship service, this place where prayer has been heard and answered, where we have met in times of grief and in times of celebration. The table is prepared. The bread is for you. And Christ has given the invitation. None is excluded, and all are invited. Come, it is ready. it is tradition to have the offering before communion. Not because in some way we are paying to be here, because we are not. The price has most assuredly been paid to invite us to this place. We have the offering usually before communion because we offer our whole hearts to the one who has offered so much for us. But it seemed to us today, perhaps we should have this experience of World Communion Sunday first. And then to have an offering. An offering where, yes, we pass a basket and we put in whatever financial resources we can to support the work and the ministry of the Lord in this place. But also when that offering plate comes by, to put something of our heart in it. To put something of our intention in it. To allow it to bring us to a place of mindfulness that the world needs our offering of love. Vienna and Lucia, can you help collect the offering now, please?
Thank you.